Mike Perry's telling reaction as Jake Paul advises him on next opponent and makes intriguing offer. Jake Paul has told Mike Perry to his face that he'd like to see him next fight KZ. The YouTube star recently stopped Perry in their boxing showdown to set up a November 15th clash with heavyweight legend Mike Tyson. Perry is now assessing his options after the defeat, but was fired by Conor McGregor from bare-knuckle boxing promotion BFFC and could appear again in the traditional ranks. The two rivals sat down on Paul's podcast and spoke about their futures, and the problem child suggested Platinum should fight his bitter foe KZ next. Former UFC fighter Perry's reaction was one of immediate desire, and he was clearly fired up, replying, "Let's do it." He said on Paul's podcast, "I'm game, but I think I need a little bit of training, so I could train with you a little bit for that." Paul then made an offer to Perry, responding, "Let's go train with me. I'll train you to F me up." "I really don't think he'd take that though. You are too tough for him." Perry then suggested he needs to make clear improvements, adding, "I think for boxing I need to make some tweaks. I need some time and 6 weeks for my rib. I need to change whatever it is I'm doing for a next fight. There is some differences between bare knuckle and boxing. I need time to utilize the space and time in the ring that needs to change, and time to implement that. It is clear that any showdown between Perry and KZ would generate huge interest, given it would be a mutual opponent for the YouTube rivals. Any clash would likely be closer in terms of weight, given KZ traditionally fights around the 180 pounds mark. The Nightmare is currently scheduled to return to the ring in a planned 2vs1 encounter with Slim Albahar and Anthony Taylor on August 31st, though this is admittedly in doubt. A showdown with Paul remains a hot topic, but negotiations are at a standstill with the teams refusing to communicate. C's manager Moms Taylor doesn't believe the fight will ever happen, claiming Paul's team needs to change their stance. He told TalkSport, "I genuinely with all my heart believe they don't want the KZ fight. Because I think KZ exposes Jake. I can tell you this, KZ would be Jake Paul's kryptonite, and there is no way Jake Paul beats him. I really don't believe that fight happens. It will not be all on their terms. As a gentleman, I have come forwards and been completely ghosted. I said we'd compromise and come to America, do the 185 pounds, which isn't JJ's optimum weight. Beyond that it is on you guys, and it is radio silence."